this loser cannot sleep because some has put out a tweet thread about him. Oh, I don't believe it, dude. I'm blown away by how pathetic this guy is. Dude, go to sleep, Matto. Matto, take a sleeping tablet and go and put your weary head down. Why are you sat here typing this out at 3 AM, dude? He's bothered that someone is saying, hey, you didn't credit me. Like, this is a beast that he's created. Like, it's also an element of, like, he's having to face the beast that he himself has created. What? No, it didn't. He is so full of bro. He didn't say that at all. Is that his girlfriend? Wait, what? His girlfriend called his post unhinged. Are you serious, dude? Come with good tidings. Dark Viper is having a terrible time at the moment, okay? I covered the allegation of content theft that came out yesterday, okay? I'll give a quick summary, and then we're obviously going to talk about Dark Viper's perfectly normal, very hinged response, okay? So we'll just quickly summarize this because we did talk about this more in detail yesterday. But the long and the short of it is this person called Dark Stunter, okay? There was a clip that he had which demonstrated a speedrunning strategy, okay? Dark Viper used it in a YouTube short, originally provided credit, and said accredited the individual, okay? And then after that, took the credit down. Now, I don't think this is like a massive deal in the grand scheme of things, but this is Dark Viper that we're talking about, okay? This is Mr. I'm going to file a DMCA against you if you so much as upload a clip of me that I don't like onto the internet, right? Like the clip of him saying the N-word. Soft A. He copyright struck someone who uploaded a clip of that. So this guy is obviously very precious when it comes to copyright to the point that he'll even strike a clip, right? So obviously it's about holding him to his own standards. It's obvious, blatant, clear hypocrisy that he's gone on this deranged crusade and tirade against people who do like React content and stuff like that, only for him to take a clip, do minimal kind of editing to it or no editing to the clip, put his voice over the top of it, claim it's transformative, and therefore claim that he doesn't have to provide credit for the clip. Obvious, clear, explicit hypocrisy from Dark Viper here. You know, anyone can see it. Anyone that's reasonable can see it. Obviously, I've got my own fucking drama with Dark Viper in the past. So, you know, if you want to say I'm biased, fair enough. But I think you'd have to be extremely dishonest to claim that Dark Viper isn't being a massive fucking hypocrite, going on this crusade about how React content is tantamount to a sexual assault, only for him to pull this shit. And further to that, right, this guy was totally reasonable. Because all he did was send a message to Dark Viper and say, hey man, I mean look, the message is quite long. The message is quite long. Oh, by the way, thank you, Oni Bakuman. Thank you for the raid. I missed that. Thank you very much. But at the end of the day, this guy's a Dark Viper fan. So what do you expect? Obviously, he's going to write a lot of fucking words. That's what Dark Viper does. His fans are obviously going to do the same thing. So it is quite a long message. But the thrust of it is him just saying like, hey, you used this clip of mine in your short, right? You did credit me and now you're not crediting me. So that kind of sucks. And also, I did message you about this a few years ago. And you said you weren't interested in it, but now you've done the thing that I was offering. And that kind of sucks too, right? Now, to be totally fair, I don't expect Dark Viper to remember this message, okay? And it could be an oversight as to why this credit got removed. I don't think it's really that big a deal in the grand scheme of things. But again, we're holding Dark Viper up to his own standards. That's the first point, okay? So he has got a very kind of high bar on this like content theft idea, and he's got this big fucking crusade against React content. So we're holding him to his own standards there. And secondly, right, this is not a big deal to handle. This is not a big deal to deal with. All you had to do to this is say, oh, my bad, didn't realise, sorry about that. And then you just put the credit back up and that's it. Problem solved. Problem solved. This person is not, I mean, you know, it's lengthily written, but they're not really being that unreasonable. And they're making clear that they like his content and they just felt kind of shitty about it. And that's it. That's all it is. And his first instinct was to send this like deranged response. And on top of that as well, like classic take your ball and go home shit, he took the video down. He took the video down and deleted the short rather than just credit this guy, which would have been an easy fucking thing to do. Right? I also think the reason that he took the short down is I think he was trying to sweep this under the rug. Because this message was back in June and this was posted on the 12th of July. So it was a little time after that. And I think he was trying to sweep it under the rug by deleting it. And before this started getting attention yesterday, this had like 25 likes or something like that. So I don't really think many people had seen this. I don't think many people had really like understood what was happening here. So he was desperately trying to sweep it under the rug. We'll get to his response in a sec. But I think it's quite clear that he does have a lot to say about this, but he was hoping people wouldn't notice and he wouldn't have to speak on it, you know? But in any case, that's a basic summary of this thread. I did cover it on stream yesterday, if you wanted more of my kind of complete takes on it. But very simply, not a massive deal in the grand scheme of things. It's about holding DarkViper to his own standards and principles on this. And also it's pointing out how deranged his response was here, rather than just saying, hey, my bad, I'll restore the credit and calling it a day. Right? Now, further to this receiving attention yesterday, okay, DarkViper responded. Okay? DarkViper responded. And we'll look at the tweet responding to this in just a second. But what's quite funny is he took this response and he put it into his YouTube comments to pathetically signal boost it to his core retarded audience of YouTube subscribers, desperately hoping he gets support on his gay little fucking tweet about this. Want to hear a story about an insane GTA... Yeah, pirates, yes. Pirate software coded. Exactly. Want to hear a story about an insane GTA 5 stunter? You should, because I am up at 4 AM and will have difficulty getting to sleep as the actions of this person are just that rage-inducing. This fucking loser cannot sleep because some shitter has put out a tweet thread about him. Oh, I don't believe it, dude. I'm blown away by how pathetic this guy is. Literally sat there seething at 4 AM, unable to sleep over this. And the thing is about it as well, it didn't need to be like this. All you have to do is say, my apologies, I'll stick the credit back up, and it would have been dealt with. This guy has got such a raped mindset, it's unbelievable. Right? And this guy is like, no disrespect meant, but he's kind of a nobody. He's not got like a meaningful internet presence. Like I said, this tweet had like fucking 25 views or 25 likes before it started getting more attention. Thank you for the sub, Mentally Stunted. And the gifted, appreciate it. So he's literally sat there ruminating about some dude posting this thread. Oh my god, it's so good. Dude, it is literally like chef's kiss. It is like chef's kiss levels of like showing how pathetic this guy is. Just so utterly mogged by a random shitter that you're up at 4 AM, unable to sleep, ruminating about it. This guy had his followers spamming his bullshit on every post on my Twitter. See, I find that hard to believe because it had like barely any views. Maybe after it got more attention that maybe started happening. But in any case, maybe people were doing that. Having been kept up by this... Oh, wait! It gets better! It gets better! Oh my god. It gets better. I don't believe it, dude. I'm literally blown away by this. This is great. Having been kept up by this means I will not sleep long enough to make my scheduled stream tomorrow. I potentially won't be able to stream for a few days. Oh my god, this is too good, man. This is too good. He's so upset by some shitter Twitter thread that is interrupting his work schedule. This is unbelievable, dude. I don't think I've ever seen a shitter mog someone as hard as this. That he's literally interfering with their sleep schedule to the point where it's interrupting their fucking income. What the fuck, dude? I don't think I've ever seen anyone as mind raped as this. This is deranged. He's taken sick leave. Bro, he's having to take sick leave because some shitter posted a thread on the internet.
Okay, that's wonderful.
Oh my god,
how
dude.
How do I make money off depressed people?
We're blessed. We're blessed.
But his pheromones are starting to wear off.
We're blessed today, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for the super chat.
Okay, that's wonderful. But how do I
And thank you,
money
Saturn, for the
off
333.
While he is a nobody, he still is more of a public figure than your average Joe. So how is this soy-filled loser this thin-skinned? Most women have less estrogen than this man.
Yeah, like, I don't want to. I'm not trying to be like rude to the guy. This other guy, this dark person, this dark stunter guy. But it's just to say that it's not like he's in some big beef with like a massive creator. It's not like he's in a big fucking drama with a massive creator. Even then, I think it would still be pathetic that it keeps you up at night. But that shows that you've got some problems, okay? But the fact that not only has he been kept up at night, but this guy is not even like a massive creator. It's like a literal, like, he's one of his fans, you know? He's like getting this pressed and upset about one of his fans doing this. This guy's fucking lost it, man. I don't think he ever had it.
Okay, that's wonderful. But how do I make money off depressed people?
No wonder Oreo upset this guy so much. Dark Viper basically gives them full room and board.
Exactly. Thank you for the $5. And even his, dude, even his fans, bro, this is so good. Even his fans are telling him, Matto, stop, Matto, you gotta stop. Ignore them. They aren't worth the sleep deprivation, Matto. Thank you. Thank you, Dark Viper fans. Thank you for providing me these incredible little nuggets of content, man. This is just, oh, it's chef's kiss, man. I'm sorry for the situation. I'm going to be honest. As an online public figure, you shouldn't be so touchy with these types of things. Losing sleep over dumbasses over the internet shows that you need to disconnect. Bro's rage bait as you losing sleep and missing streams. Dude. Weird stuff for someone to worry about a year-old credit. Also, let it go and ignore it, Matto. The thing is like, I on a fundamental level, agree that it's not a big deal, but it's obviously the complete hypocrisy and inconsistency of Dark Viper in this. But also, there is something to say about Matto's behavior in all of this. Because he was like very dismissive towards the guy, like years ago. I'm not saying that he has to remember that, but he was dismissive towards the guy about this clip thing, only to later use the clip anyway, and then to remove the credit after that. I mean, it's not the end of the world, but it's like just kind of a bit shitty, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? Like, I even though I don't think it's a big deal, I can understand why this guy, as a fan of Dark Viper, is going to be like a little bit bothered by this and is going to want to speak up, you know? But rather than Matto just doing the normal thing, which is to just, my bad, let me put the credit back up and it be the end of it, he's had to spin it into this fucking stupid drama now where he just looks like a totally mentally raped AIDS victim. Mentally stunted, thank you for the gifted. Matto the mentally molested, yes. You should honestly just delete Twitter. Oh, oh, no offense, but you fell for rage bait.
Okay, that's
Matt,
wonderful.
you're great. I know being sleep deprived. Thank you for the super chat. Yeah, dude, you should. I spoke to some of his fans a little while ago. You should listen to that. Very funny. Very funny. Thank you for the $2. Matt, you're great, and I know being sleep deprived probably doesn't help you in any way. However, I do believe this is more of a misunderstanding than harassment. Dude, even his fans are like softly disagreeing with how he's dealing with this. Dude. That's so funny. Have some patience and ignorance, lad. Good luck, Matto. Anyway, dude, there's probably more gems in there, but I want to get to the actual tweet itself, okay? Dude, yeah, babysitting your favorite YouTuber, telling your YouTuber how to deal with the internet correctly. I mean, that is just fucking, oh, it's too good. It's too good. So anyway, here's the tweet responding to this. Yes! This is the tweet responding to this. Oh my god, did I believe it? Oh. And there's another one too. And there's more. And he's responding to people as well in the replies. And he's arguing with people that have got 249 followers. This dude is up at 4 a.m. sleep deprived, worried about missing his next streams, desperately fucking tapping out this massive response to this nothing drama. Dude, it's so funny, dude. Arguing with utter, like, random people. Incredible stuff. Incredible. Okay, let's read his response. Let's read his response, shall we? Oh boy, guys, prepare for a long story that I'm typing at 3 a.m. He's typing this out at 3 a.m. Dude, go to sleep, Matto. Matto, take a sleeping tablet and go and put your weary head down. Why are you sat here typing this out at 3 a.m., dude? That I'm typing at 3 a.m. after throwing all this information in this insanely delusional person's DMs whilst calling him a psycho. I'm going to be all over the place due to lack of sleep, but I demand a formally written public apology. Bro, he's the dude. He is literally delusional. He is so sleep deprived. He is delusional, demanding apologies. This guy has fucking lost the plot, man. What is going on, dude? Literally so seething and angry, he's lost all sense of reality. I demand a formally written public apology from Dark Stunter. From Dark Stunter.
That's wonderful. But how
Dark
do I make
Stunter.
money off
Dark
the
Stunter, apologise
The
now.
talked about fair use made me feel like I could trust him around my content while I went to the restroom. Hashtag me too.
Dark Stunter, thank you for the 333. Appreciate that. Okay. I don't care how many times I'm going to call him a psycho, he deserves it. So he wants a public apology, not just from Dark Stunter, but everyone who spammed this bullshit in my replies. So he is demanding an apology from shitter trolls on Twitter. Remember when this guy made an edit of your best moments to show that you were unhinged? And then he writes this shit. I am an unhinged maniac. I mean, this is just deranged. I'm blown away. Honestly, I'm blown away by how fucking deranged this is. Literally slamming out this schizo post at 3 a.m. because you're angry that some shitter has posted some tweets about you. I mean, dude. 2 weeks ago, I received a psychotic Discord DM from someone named Dark J, aka Dark Stunter. I had no idea who this person was, but it was the most passive-aggressive DM I have ever received.
But how do I make money off depressed people?
A written apology, is he like a second-grade teacher?
Thank you for the $5. Cold Dead Kitty, appreciate it. They were claiming I removed the credit I gave them for a stunt clip from a short I posted 3 years ago. This, of course, was untrue. I have a custom tool that changes the pinned comments of all my videos at once to advertise things, in this case my merch store. All 2,400 of them. Right. So you did change it, right? So you originally credited him. Presumably you thought that was the right thing to do, which is why you did it. You did change it, but you're just saying you didn't go in and manually change it. And dude, what is so funny about this? You could have just said that to the guy. You could have just said to the guy, oh, hey, I've got this tool. It changes all the comments. I didn't realise it bumped your credit. Apologies for that. I'll go and add it back on. And that would have been the end of it. The guy would have been happy. That would have been the end of it. But instead now he's got to fucking go on this deranged screed and fucking point out, oh, I did change it, but it wasn't actually my fault. It was this tool that did it. Oh, dude, this is, oh, it's too good. It's too good. This is fantastic. I'm so happy about this. Dark Viper is having an absolutely terrible time, and I'm all for it. I am here for it, okay? I am here for the Dark Viper crash out of 2025. So, I mean, fair enough. Like, you changed the comment, but then you did remove the credit, which you presumably added because you thought it was the right thing to do. So why not just add it back and call it a day? I naturally was not going to remember a pinned comment from 3 years ago on a random short. It is also the only clip on my entire channel that I didn't record myself, and therefore the only one credited to someone else. Thus, even thinking about credits was not something I would do. I have changed all my pinned comments a dozen times over the last few months with the tool made by my mod, Kana. The stranger, however, accused me of targetedly removing the credit in some vendetta against them. Wait a second. Dude, it's so funny. You've got to scroll down so far to get to the original tweet. Did he even say that? I thought he just said that it happened. I mean, the whole DM was like completely reasonable, if I recall correctly. The credit is now gone. The issue is used gameplay. You just took it and ended up making a good amount of ad revenue from it. I want to make it clear I'm not asking for money. I'm genuinely curious why you do something like that. So he is saying it based on a misunderstanding. Right? But Dark Viper is taking this all super personally. But this guy is obviously misunderstood what's happened if it's true that it's just this auto tool that's removed it and he's got like the wrong end of the stick. And you could easily clarify this if you wanted to. You literally could just clarify it and just say, oh, hey, yeah, my bad. Like I say, I'll put it back. But instead he's characterizing it as he's like making these kind of like crazy accusations against him. And also, it's like the other thing that people are missing from this. Not that I expect Matto to remember. That's unreasonable to expect him to remember getting a DM that he received years ago. But it's like, he can't look at the way he responded to him, asking about using the clip previously, was quite dismissive. I can't do it, so never. Could have done it years ago if I wanted to. If I can't show it myself, I'm not keen. Thanks, though. So he was dismissive about this guy's idea and then went on to do it anyway. So that's the other thing he's pointing out. Like, you said you weren't interested and then you did it. And then you got rid of the fucking credit. By accident, seemingly. That she didn't know. Fucking hell, dude. Talk about making a mountain out of a molehill, man. Literally didn't need to blow up into this. Literally didn't need to be anything like this. It could have been handled there in the DMs. But the problem with Dark Viper is he has got a very severe form of autism. I'm presuming that he can't like be wrong. He can't like admit some level of fault or admit that maybe he got something wrong or misunderstood something. So he has to go on these like deranged screeds to prove himself right, rather than just give like a little concession. He's got to be correct and he's got to be right. And so he argues and argues and argues and argues. Making Everest out of a grain of sand. Exactly. Yeah, paper thin ego. Exactly. Just obscene. Obscene that he's responding like this about it. Yeah, dude. The stranger, however, accused me of targetedly removing the credit in some vendetta against them. I don't... That message is not saying, I believe you've targetedly removed it in some vendetta against them. He clearly didn't understand that this had happened and thought that you had gone in and changed it, which obviously isn't the case. It's ridiculous to act like he's saying there's a targeted vendetta. That's not what he's saying at all. He's lying, and he's mischaracterizing what the guy is saying to make him sound more deranged than he is. To make his derangement seem more reasonable. So sensitive, yeah, it's crazy. It was both insane that they think I would go back 3 years to do this, and insane that they notice and cared enough to DM me. They were further entirely fine with my usage of this clip and were well aware of it for 3 years, until they wrongly believed they were snubbed by me. Well, no, okay. It's not, this is a lie. This is a total fucking bullshit lie that he's telling here. It's not that they believe you're wrongly snubbed. It's that from their perspective, you make a big deal out of React content and people stealing content and shit like that. And they felt, based on their misunderstanding of what had happened, that you had done something like that and they were asking you about it. That's all that it was. It wasn't a big deal. They obviously didn't mind the clip previously because you'd credited them. And they misunderstood, thinking that you'd intentionally taken the credit out when it probably was because of this tool that you used. So he's characterizing this person as some sort of like crazed person claiming there's a vendetta when he's literally just saying like, hey, it seems like you've removed the credit. Not sure why you've done that based on the way that you approach these topics of content theft. Like, you know, and also I sent you a message and you weren't interested and apparently you did it. Like, do you know what I mean? It's like, he obviously didn't have a problem with it because he was credited and that's it. Yeah, this is, yeah. I don't want to bring my stuff into it to like talk about that because it's like a separate issue and people can go and watch and see the drama around that and come to their own conclusion about it. But like, if you look at Dark Viper's behavior in different dramas, this is a very common tactic that he uses where he tries to like characterize his opposition as way worse than they truly are in order to like present himself as a victim in this. You know, you're accusing me. You're accusing me. You're saying that I snubbed you. Like, none of that is happening. None of that is happening. I even have a vague memory that they left a positive comment when I posted it, but it is kind of hazy because it was 3 years ago.
Okay, that's wonderful. But how do I make money? But how do I make money?
Whoa! Whoa! Let's do it one at a time. Thank you for the super chat, Head Explode. Oh. Oh, it didn't work. It didn't work. It didn't work.
Okay, that's wonderful. But how do I
Saturn,
make money
thank you for the tip.
off depressed people?
Does he come prepackaged with a petition every time someone offers mild criticism? He is developing neurosis and insomnia just because of some nobody?
Yes, exactly. Exactly. Thank you. Mentally Sundered, thank you for the kick sub. And thank you, Head Explode, for the $5.
Okay, that's wonderful. But how do I make money off depressed people?
It is incredibly reasonable for a Dark Viper fan to be upset over not being credited. He has made fair use of his content for the past year.
Exactly, exactly. Like, his whole thing is talking about how React content is tantamount to assault in one of that document he did. And he's bothered that someone is saying, hey, you didn't credit me. Like, this is a beast that he's created. Like, it's also an element of, like, he's having to face the beast that he himself has created. So you just kind of, it's like, well, yeah. Like, this is the fucking consequence of you banging on retardedly about React content in the way that you have. You bring all these people in that then are bothered when a credit gets removed from a 3-year-old video. It's like karma. Yes, it's like karma, exactly. It's like the Bond villain falling into the fish tank full of piranhas that they've built to destroy their enemy. Also, sorry, I know we're skipping about a bit, but I do just want to play the short because I really think you need to understand like just how like limited his transformation is. Like, it's so funny to me because he bangs on about React content and stuff. Dude, Dark Viper is such a wretched little beast when it comes to this topic too. He constantly flits between like the legal definition of transformative and his own personal definition of transformative. And you'll see that in a little bit, right? Because you need to remember that it's been found in the US, for example, that you can have a transformative piece of content just using clips of the individual, right? Obviously, Sargon of Akkad used, I think, a couple of clips of that Acalia person, and he put them in a video with a title, and Acalia tried to take him to court for copyright, breach of copyright, and they found in Sargon of Akkad's favour, finding that the use of the clips was transformative. And I think there's even some argument that Just taking a clip, giving it a title, and putting it on the internet, that could in and of itself be transformative enough. But don't forget, Dark Viper has struck someone who posted a clip of him saying the N-word soft A. So he's absolutely used copyright in order to try and take down stuff that just makes him look bad, essentially. So this cope of like transformation, that's his own personal assessment of what he considers to be transformative. Like obviously transformative could be as simple as titling a clip in a certain way of like 30 seconds or 45 seconds and putting it on the internet if it's from like a live stream or something, you know? Like think of a movie, right? You could easily post like a clip of a movie with a title, and although it'll probably get content ID'd, like that would more than likely be easily transformative. Like how the fuck are you going to possibly argue that a 45-second clip of Lord of the Rings is like a meaningful breach of copyright that isn't fair use? So, you know, it's like he copes about the transformative clip thing in a bit, and it's complete nonsense. Anyway, this was what he put up. So this is what Dark Viper put up on his channel. Tell me what you think about it.
GTA 5 speedrunners will do anything to complete the game faster, but for one strategy there is no runner brave enough to do it, and that is bike gliding across the Alamo Sea on the mission the Polito Score set up. This would save a significant amount of time, but this would need to be done 3 hours into a run, and if you hit anything going down or don't get enough distance, you are screwed. GTA...
He thinks that's transformative, apparently. I mean, look, if it was anyone else, I'd be like, sure. But it's Dark Viper we're talking about. Dark Viper, who doesn't think that a 35-minute reaction to a 10-minute stream segment is transformative. He doesn't think that's transformative. But he thinks that this, of him just talking over a clip playing, is transformative. I mean, by Dark Viper's standards, yeah, he's raped himself here. I mean, you know, it's about holding him to his own standard here. And by his own standard, he's raped himself for sure. So it's just like, because obviously I just want to make it clear, I'm not sat here thinking, oh yeah, this is like some terrible thing that's happened and this person's been massively like wronged. Blah, blah, blah. It's Dark Viper's own standards that we're holding him to. And the fact that he's handling it so fucking badly and reacting like this to it. Anyway, continuing on. Contrary to their claims, I did not use their clip, at least not intentionally. I had no idea they made the clip, so how did I get it, you might ask. 3 years ago, on the GTA 5 speedrun Discord, someone, not Dark Stunter, posted a comparison video between two strats. This was a timed comparison between bike gliding and not gliding on Paletto Score setup. It was in 480p and literally involved overlapping rectangular copies of GTA 5 taking up only half the screen, because that person's only goal was to show a comparison for timing purposes. This seemed to be a hastily made 6-minute chunk of footage, and it was unlisted on their channel. It had no association with Dark Stunter. I mean, the thing is, I don't think it really matters where he found it, because you still used his footage. Like, if I saw like a clip of something, right, and I put it in my video, like, the original content, like it's a movie, like, that technically still belongs to the person that made the clip originally. And also, the other problem too, is he originally credited him. So how can he possibly expect people to believe that he found it when he's credited, like, you know, obviously at some point he recognized it was a clip from this person and he credited them. Why did I make the short? Shorts 3 years ago were nothing. They made no money and were fairly new. I was throwing together shorts for shits and giggles, as a lover of all things speedrunning. Notice the mental gymnastic he used to justify what he did, even though he would never give the same charitability to a reactor. No, of course, yeah. So it's like rules for thee and not for me. This is classic Dark Viper. Rules for thee and not for me. He's got all these reasons and justifications why he doing it is okay. But if it was some reactor doing the same thing, he would have a very different fucking perspective. I thought that is cool thing I saw today on Discord. No one will ever see it if I don't post it somewhere. And so I took a portion of the footage and spent a few hours making a very transformational shortened clip. Dude, the cope, bro. So just talking. So talking over a clip with text, which probably you could do in fucking 30 minutes. Dude, the idea it took hours is fucking obscene. That's obviously nonsense, right? It's just so funny that he's relying so hard on how it's transformative when he completely dismisses that argument when it's people talking about like a reaction or something like that, you know? I had a bing bing woohoo music, it's mine. Dude, this guy's so raped, it's unbelievable. The cope is unreal. Desperately trying to defend himself for stuff that he would obviously take issue with if it was some reactor doing it. Crazy. I took the portion of the footage and spent a few hours making a very transformational shortened clip. I didn't know who Dark J was. I only learned they and someone else made the clip days after I posted it, so I changed the credit. Right, okay. So you did use their clip, but you didn't realise you'd used their clip because it was in another video. Dude, this guy's so dishonest, man. You did use their clip. You used their footage. It's just you didn't realise it was their footage, and then you were made aware, so you added a credit. Well, where is it? Where were we? I didn't know Baron used the clip until Dark J mentioned it now, or that they made the clip for Baron. I obviously do not watch Baron's content. Dark J himself, to my knowledge, didn't not post the original 6+ minutes of footage anywhere in the last 3 years. They had no goal to profit off this clip, therefore I did not deprive them of attention or revenue. I further had no goal of pretending I made the clip, which is evidenced by the fact I put fucking credit by the fucking credit I put to Dark J 3 fucking years ago. Oh, you weren't intending to profit from it, so it's okay. Dude, this is total cope, and this is not how copyright is assessed. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you're currently in the process of trying to monetize that exact fucking footage. It's still your content under fucking copyright law. It doesn't make sense, bro. He's desperately trying to explain it in a way to patch up the gaps in the obvious hypocrisy of what he's done here. It's so transparent what he's doing. He's desperately trying to rationalize this so he doesn't have to admit that he is a massive, pathetic hypocrite. That is exactly what is going on here. This is the same guy who cries about reactors stealing profit and labour for other creators. Yeah, exactly. Despite Dark J's false claim on my positions, I've quite vocally argued for years that using clips of other people's content in a transformational way is okay. Right, this is more cope. Like I said, he copyright struck a clip of him saying the N-word with a soft A that I think could easily be argued to be transformative because it was a short clip with a specific title that was put onto YouTube of a very, very tiny portion of his larger live stream. And he copyright struck that. So he doesn't believe this. This is a lie. He doesn't believe this, right? He will strike people that clip things in a way that he doesn't like if he thinks it makes him look bad. He is, yeah, he's one of the most slippery little manipulative worms online. Yep, absolutely. Even without credit, in fact, as I believe credit is more of an act of kindness and respect than anything else, which is why I gave him credit in this case. But the difference is as well, is that footage, you wouldn't know it was this guy that had done it unless you gave a credit because you don't see his face or anything in it. So obviously there's a difference there as well. Like for example, if someone were to clip me right? I mean, well, it needs to be someone more recognizable, to be honest. But like, you know, if you clip me, there's at least a chance that someone is going to know who I am in the online arena and is going to leave a comment or something like that, right? Or is going to know somewhat of who it is. Like if your face is in it, there's more of a chance that it's going to be recognized that it's you. But obviously, if you cut out the fact that it's me somehow, like, I mean, this obviously happened recently, then you're not necessarily going to know that it's me. So with this clip, it's like, well, without credit, no one's going to know who the fuck it is, are they? Even without credit, in fact, as I believe credit is more an act of kindness and respect than anything else, which is why I gave him credit in this case. Everything Dark J has said publicly about my stance is false. You can tell my usage was transformational because when he sent me the DM, I removed the original short. I then recorded the exact same stunt myself, now in much higher quality. I then uploaded it with the same subtitles, music, and narration I used 3 years ago. The clip got 6 million views in a week. What has that got to do with anything? Dude, this is not, bro. This is fucking ridiculous. This is totally ridiculous. This is not how you determine if something, was it really 6 million? This is not how you determine whether something is transformative. This is another example of him flipping between legal definitions of this stuff and his own personal definitions of this stuff. Because just because you upload the clip in some other fashion doesn't make your original usage of the previous clip transformative. So that's not like an argument legally that it's transformative. You could perhaps make the argument that, like, by your own personal standard it's transformative, but not legally. My channel gets 50 million shorts views a month, uploading stage 90 plus shorts a month. My channel has 2 billion views, and this is the only clip on my entire channel I didn't record myself. I clearly do not care about one short, so why did I post it? Again, because I thought it was cool and I like speedrunning. Who is contesting that? Who is contesting that the reason he did it? No one is out here saying, dude, people are not saying that you did it for some sort of malicious reason. The point is, you uploaded this clip, you've got this big fucking crusade about React content, how it's tantamount to rape, and how the people that are doing it are stealing from other people. Okay, right? And you removed the credit, seemingly not directly through your own action, it was this tool that you used. And then when you were asked about it, you spurg the fuck out and freak out, rather than just go, oh, okay, I'll credit you, no problem. So he's creating this idea that there's this narrative that he's acting like maliciously with like posting this clip, when all it ever was you posted a clip, you credited me, and then it's not there anymore. And I think it's because you've removed it. Why? Bro, this is deranged. This is like an insane crash out over such a small issue. I cannot believe how fucking hard he's taken this. It was a 480p windowed clip on a speedrun Discord I thought no one would ever see. It was not some fucking mastermind plot for $1,000 like Dark Stunter is claim. What? When did he claim that? Bro, when did he claim it was a mastermind plot for $1,000? He didn't ever fucking claim that, ever. He didn't say that, bro. He never fucking said that. This guy's just a liar. He's lying about what this Dark Stunter guy is saying. He's totally misrepresenting what he's saying here. He is just using his own logic against him. He is saying that you talk about creators and money and stuff, and you made a bunch of money off of this short of my footage that originally had a credit and now it doesn't. I just did a giveaway where I literally gave away $10,000. I'm not exactly starved for cash. No. No. No one is saying that you're starved for cash. No one is saying that it's a mastermind plot to make $1,000. It's just pointing out you used a clip, you originally gave credit, then you didn't, and you made money off of it. And this is contradictory to what your perspectives are on this. Despite your fucking cope sesh here about the clip thing, which isn't even true, because you have struck people who have arguably
that's
made
wonderful.
transformative
But
clips
how
of
do I
you.
make money
Bullshit.
off depressed people?
At Ollie_04 became a member. At Ollie_04 celebrates 18 months of membership. Have we ever seen TurboAIDSinator and the Knot Master in the same room?
Bro, this is very pirate software coded, yes. This is extremely pirate software coded. With his DM Dark J, Dark J not only falsely accuses me of stealing his clip, but he further suggests I snubbed him by 180 on stunt content. He believes that because I did not remember that he DM'd me 2 years prior to me posting my clip, which is now 5 years ago, by the way. His DM was about stunting, and I replied something to the effect of, I'm not interested in stunting, but thanks for reaching out. Dude. He is, dude, at every point, there's these little like lies and manipulations that he does as well, right? That isn't what he said. Now, I don't think the DM that he sent was the end of the world, but it was quite tersely worded. It was quite tersely worded, and it was quite dismissive. So I think the point the guy was making was, essentially, look at this tersely worded DM you sent me, and then you did it anyway, and then you removed the credit, and I'm a bit bothered by that. That was it. That was all that he was trying to say. But he's presenting it like he just gave this like fairly unremarkable response when it was quite tersely worded when he responded to him originally. It's just basic lolcow shit. Dark Viper perceives himself as having a record and he cannot fucking accept having a black mark on that record. So he crashes the fuck out instead of just getting over it. Yep, exactly. I mean, I don't want to talk about my own stuff with this. I'd rather people just look and decide for themselves. But I mean, you know, for me, it's like you're talking about how you support transformative clips, trying to like move away from the React stuff, but you've struck people that have done arguably transformative clips, so that doesn't really stack up. The N-word clip is one. If I recall correctly, there's maybe other examples, but I can't remember off the top of my head. I obviously still have no interest in stunting. I only posted the clip because it was a speedrun strat from a speedrunning Discord. Can you imagine how psychotic his claim would sound out of the blue? I receive 100 DMs a day. A random stranger comes out of nowhere and says, why didn't you remember that I DM'd you 2 years prior to uploading that clip 3 years ago? Dude. Obviously, dude, this is the thing. He is obviously going to remember it because you're the big content creator and he's not. Now, if he was like really angry with you for not remembering it, okay, then sure, I would say that's ridiculous. But he wasn't. He was just pointing out these issues. And all you had to do, is just say, hey, my bad. I'll add the credit again. Never meet your heroes, exactly. The DM he sent me seemed to flip-flop between loving me and suggesting I was out to murder his family. What? No, it didn't! He is so full of shit, bro. He didn't say that at all. He's lying. He's just a liar. He's a total liar, man. I didn't know what to make of it, and I'm just tired of arguing with people. What do you mean, know what to make of it? All you need to do is go, oh, sorry, it's because of this reason. I didn't realise. I'll go back and add the credit. That's all he had to do. What do you mean, know what to make of it? Just be normal. Just be a normal person and respond normally to a fucking message like that. Yeah, the classic Dark Viper extreme narrative building. Exactly. I wrote all this information to him, but thought, no, I best not engage. So I deleted it and changed my response to, I've privated the short. No, dude. Bro, he is such a liar. He acted like a fucking completely deranged wretch over this. Look at this message he sent to him. It's fucking mental. What do you mean engage? Just say, hey, sorry, bud, didn't realise. I'll credit it. Best not engaged, so I deleted it and changed the response to, I privated the short, never contact me again for any reason. Bro, dude, bro, it's not that deep. It's not that deep. Why are you so angry, dude? Relax, calm down. Is Yashimoto's is playing up again or something? It ain't that deep, dude. Never contact me again. Bro, just... What the fuck? And I block this stranger as I block all the people who send me insane DMs each day. This is just something expected as part of my job. More pirate softwareisms there. Oh, I get so many messages doing this. And this is how I've got to deal with it. To quote Dark J from the DM, I really like you and your content. If he was sincere, I didn't want to say to him I didn't know him. I didn't want to tell him that I didn't remember his DM. I didn't want to tell him I didn't even know he made the clip. I didn't want to tell him I don't care about stunting. I thought I was being kind by just removing the clip because it was causing him concern. This is bullshit. I do not believe that you think you were being kind. You must know that the tone and way you went about this was like deranged and mental. Total fucking cope, dude. I thought I was being nice to him. The nice thing to do is just say, hey, my bad, I'll put the credit back up, and that's it. And by just removing the clip because it was causing him concern, I now have this entire thread of false information from a random stranger that is being spam-atted under all my posts by psychos. You could literally ignore that, by the way. Even with these psychos apparently spamming his posts, right? And before it started getting attention yesterday, it had like fucking... When I saw it, it had like 24 likes or something. It had barely any attention. Even now, it's only got like 780 likes. It's hardly setting the fucking world alight. You could just ignore this and it wouldn't matter. Thank you, Mentally Stunted, for the 5 gifted. Appreciate that. Thank you. Very based. All because I wanted to avoid drama and protect the feelings of a stranger. Leave me alone, you absolutely weirdos. I'm going to bed. I expect to see that apology. Hell, an apology from the entire fucking GTA 5 stunting community when I wake up. Dude. And then he's demanding an apology from the entire GTA 5 stunting community. Right. He's a maniac. Dude, I joke about being an unhinged maniac, dude. Look at this, dude. He's demanding apologies from an entire community because someone wrote a Twitter fucking thread about him. I mean, come on, man. So ridiculous. This is why creators my size close their DMs and talk to no one. This is why everyone has to walk around as if on eggshells. You have no idea when someone from even years ago is going to go psycho and invent bullshit in their heads and shove it on social media. Bro, this dude was like so reasonable. The idea he's some sort of psycho. He obviously was dissatisfied with how you handled this because all you had to do was say, I'll put the fucking credit back up, and did a thread about it. Very rich of this guy to call this guy a psycho when he's got this fucking crazy screed about someone with 1,000 followers. Bro, the guy's got 1,000 followers, dude. Dark Viper barely escaped with his life from this psycho. Dude. Bro, this guy is fucking deranged. He's responding to random people here. I think that's the main parts of it here. Anyway, so that was it, right? That was it. Right? No. No, that wasn't it. There's more. There's more. There's more. Shout out to the channels that transform my clips, as it's something I've always supported, especially Mastermind, who actually took Baron's footage of the bike glide, but didn't credit Dark Stunter at all. Dark, of course, doesn't care, because Mastermind has no money. I mean, I don't think it was ever about money. And maybe he doesn't know that this exists. I mean, we don't know if he knows that this exists. But he's obviously trying to do this like gay cope of like, well, I actually think clips are fine. Clips are fine. But he's lying. He's lying here. He doesn't think clips are fine. He doesn't think transformative clips are fine. Because he has struck a channel for uploading a clip, 30 or 45 seconds, of him saying the N-word soft day, which very arguably is transformative. And you'd have to tell me the other examples, but I'm sure there's other examples of that kind of behavior too. So it's just trying to like give this false narrative that he actually thinks clips are based and very good. And, oh, I love clips, so why have you got a problem with me posting a clip? And also notice as well, right? The problem is not that he posted a clip. The issue is that he credited this guy originally, removed the credit, seemingly by using this tool, and then freaked the fuck out when he got questioned about it, rather than just fucking saying, I'll put the credit back up. Yeah, he's got to make that point so people know, oh no, I do like clips, guys. I'm not being hypocritical. I promise. And there's more once again. And there's more once again. There's more. There's more, dude. He can't literally tell. Oh, there's another essay. There's a whole other essay, dude. There is a whole other fucking essay. This guy is just, it's unbelievable with this guy. He cannot help himself. Another essay. He's written another fucking essay about this. Sleep deprived, bleary eyed, desperately trying to hold himself back from looking like more of a fucking retarded spurg. And he cannot stop himself. Sorry for my 3 AM crash out, guys. For 5 days, I ignored Dark's 16-part thread of entirely false or misleading information that he posted, even though I gave him exactly what he suggested he wanted. Despite how crazy I considered his grievance, I took down my work and moved on. Bro, he didn't want it taken down. He just wanted the credit put back. That was it. Dude, either he's lying about for 5 days he ignored it, or what's possibly more funny is he's so self-absorbed and self-obsessed that he did know that the thread existed, even though it only had 20 odd likes, and he just ignored it, hoping that no one would notice. And then when people started paying more attention to it, all of a sudden he's got to do these big screeds about it. If you don't think it's psychotic for a guy to publicly post a 16-part thread of false or misleading information because 3 years later he changed his mind about a now deleted 20-second short that he didn't even make, I am sorry, we will never see eye to eye. 3 years of credit is more than enough for a speedrun strat. Dude, the problem is that, you know, he is setting the standard of what he thinks is acceptable of how he uses other people's content, but he goes completely ballistic if someone else wants to set the standard of how you use someone else's content. It's like, it's crazy hypocritical, man. I get to decide how I use your content, but then I get to decide how you use my content, and I'm going to copyright strike you if you clip me in a way that I don't like even. Apparently there's a time limit on credits as well, yeah. Exactly. Who is Dark Viper to decide what amount of time is valid for when you can stop crediting them? Yep, exactly. 3 years of credit is more than enough for a speedrun strat. It's wild that in this thread, he objected to anyone making footage of a strat without credit, presumably for the rest of time. It isn't even viable in runs. I've never heard of anyone acting even close to this way speedrunning in my entire career. It's like he doesn't understand the issue. He fundamentally doesn't understand. It's the fact that he credited him, and from his perception, he took it away and he didn't understand it was because of this bot that he'd used. And he's completely misconstruing and misrepresenting what the issue is. His followers spent 5 days spamming his thread under every post I made with the most obscene stuff attached. Bro. Another pirate. Oh, oh, dude. He's so deranged. He's so deranged. His followers are so deranged. They're posting terrible stuff about me. Dude, what is this that you're sending me? Oh my god, dude. Bro, look at him. Oh no. He was having such a lovely time on holiday. And he's gone back to his old ways. That's terrible. That's awful, dude. It is like a compulsion with this guy. I'm telling you. It is a compulsion. Because, I mean, he's done like fucking, what, 4 videos or something. Like a bunch of videos about the Willie Mack fucking video about him. That are all like multiple hours long. He's got this deranged compulsion that he's got to be... I must set the record straight. I must let people know what the truth is. This could easily have been ignored. I mean, dude, he literally looks like he's having a good time on holiday here. And then he goes back to his old ways over the most fucking limited of provocation, over nothing. I'm just a white boy in southern Italy trying not to get sunburned. Dude. What is this, dude? Bro, what the fuck? Yes, Shinji. That is a very true point. He posts these photos to show that his life is so good, such an insecure retard. Yes. Yes, absolutely what he does. 100%. This is absolutely like, look guys, my life is so great and base. It's why he posted pictures of his girlfriend so much. He wanted to prove what a great fun life he's got because he got mocked so heavily for not having a fucking life. And look how that turned out. Look how that turned out. But that's another story. That's another story. Anyway, very, very cringe. I mean, to be honest with you, he's having a good time on holiday. Good luck to him. Just unfortunate that he's come back and done this now. Very unfortunate. Okay. So yeah. His followers spent 5 days spamming his thread and at every post I made with the most obscene stuff attached. While I previously believed I could ignore this spam, often from people just trying to rage bait me, in my tired state... Oh, no. 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 No way. Please. Oh, it's too good. It's too good, man. Oh, it's chef's kiss. I can ignore this spam, often trying to rage bait. In my tired state, I couldn't help but respond, and I responded poorly. Oh, no. Oh, dear. He's woken up. He's woken up to the terrible decision he's made, and now he's fucking, oh, no, what have I done? He sat there, what have I done? I was just tired. What was I thinking? Even if I am in the right, there was no reason for theatrics. Trust me, I was even more over the top in DMs, if you can believe it. I was just tired and angry. I'm sorry to those that justifiably feel let down with me getting baited by the insincere looking for drama. Aitana called my post unhinged and she was right. Wait, what? Is that his girlfriend? Is that his girlfriend? Wait, what? His girlfriend called his post unhinged. Are you fucking serious, dude? I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Matto, come back to bed, Matto. Matto, what are you doing? Come on. Come and lay down with me. What are you doing? That's unhinged. Babe, that's so unhinged, babe. What are you doing? Stop it. Dude, could you imagine? Oh my God, bro, it's so good. I can't. Oh my God. Girlfriend's literally embarrassed by his behaviour. Matto, I'm trying to sleep. What are you doing? Matto, what's going on? That's what it was like, dude. That's what it was like, dude. Babe, don't you think 14 pages is enough? Oh my God, dude. Oh, dude, this is so good. Honestly, so happy about this. That was a chat message, by the way. I started for a chat message. Crediting the chat message. Crediting is important. Atiana called my post unhinged, and she is right. I am well aware that given Dark's stated motivation for his DM was my public discussion of my shorts revenue, and that he has brought up revenue half a dozen times, I should have just paid him off, as this was obviously his real interest. I don't think so. I don't think he cared about the money. I think he legitimately was just bothered about the fact that this credit had gone. I mean, he obviously was trying to sweep it. It's interesting that that's his like way of framing this in his head, because it does seem to me like absolutely he was trying to sweep this under the rug and hoping this wasn't going to gain more attention. Mentally stunted. Thank you for the kick sub. This is obviously despite his claims otherwise. His real interest is most shown by what inspired his DM and is not being appeased by the clip's removal. I simply don't like to be shook down for money. Yeah, dude, this is, yeah, is super anal about copyright. Is surprised that his fans are super anal about copyright as well. Exactly. The smart business move is always just to pay people off rather than risk drama, even if the claims are unfounded. It's just an aspect of the business I consider gross. You don't need to pay anyone off. Bro, no one was shaking him down. I am certain if you'd have said to him, I'll put the credit back up, none of this would have happened. And also, if you had put the credit back, then you would be in the right. Because, you know, you would be more in the right then. Because what are people going to say then when you put the credit back? What more do you want? But no, you've had to treat it like this and act like there's some deranged shakedown attempt that literally isn't fucking happening. At no point was he asking for any money. He was just using his own logic against him when he talks about this creator shit and the stealing from creator fucking bullshit that he spouts all the time. As I can recall, not showing false or misleading. As I can recall, not showing false or misleading about that thread was the clip still being on TikTok. As I don't post clips on TikTok myself and I'm unable to make money from TikTok due to being in Australia, it didn't even enter my mind. I'm a busy guy and get strange DMs every day. He certainly didn't mention it being on TikTok until he could use it for drama, and he mentioned it despite knowing the clip made zero money there. He knew this because it was explained in the very video that inspired his DM. He of course didn't mention this information. Okay, I mean, I don't know about this TikTok stuff. It feels like it's hyper-fixating on what is possibly a weak point on this guy's part in order to, like, diminish his further kind of claims or arguments. When I'm just sat here thinking, like, well, I don't really know what real meaningful difference that makes to any of this. But anyway. Anyway, I don't think this is really that big a deal or a big part of this, the TikTok thing. He of course didn't mention this information, as it made it easier to mislead people, as was the goal of every part of the thread. So he's already responded to all of this, and he's still fucking seething and fucking banging out. Dude, he's still fucking... Oh, I've got to get this out there as well. I've got to make sure people know this part too. Bro, give it a rest, dude. Holy fuck. Deranged. Still banging on about it. Hell, the clip may be on Instagram too, same story. I don't make money from the platform and someone else handles the reposting of my shorts there. I will have someone on my team find my work there and replace them with the new improved clip. I'm doing this as a formality, as this was my work, not his. And removing this content obviously will not appease Dark, as the clip has nothing to do with what he actually wanted. If he sincerely cared, he'd have complained 3 years ago, rather than the nanosecond he thought there was good money to be had. He didn't complain 3 years ago because you credited him, obviously, and he was fine with that. Bro, it's totally dishonest. He's just lying. He's literally lying in order to present a better image of himself in this. I will speak no more on this matter. I am frankly embarrassed by this whole affair. I expect this fiasco is just going to inspire more attempted shakedowns. I really just need to close my DMs. Well, how could it inspire more takedowns and shakedowns if this is the only clip that you've used of someone else? That doesn't make any sense, does it? Bro, what a loser, man. It's so funny how wretched this guy is, man. It's so... He is embarrassed. He's literally embarrassed. Oof. Oh, and there's more. Okay. One more, just to show Dark was really just trying to get money out of me. And not only have I publicly stated support of transformational clips, but I've done nothing to channels that use clips of mine in such a way. Not true. That's a lie. That is totally wrong. He has absolutely filed a DMCA against at least one channel that I think did an arguably transformative clip. It's a lie. He's a lie. He's lying. That is a full-on lie. Full-on lie. But that, I think, is it. That is it for that. Dude, that was so good. Dude, I was literally like, I was laughing about this, I must say. Oh, the Among Us guy. Yes. The Among Us guy. He got the Among Us clip taken down as well, didn't he? Yeah, true. So, as long as you don't make him look bad. As long as you make him look good, it's fine. But there we go, guys. Ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen. That is the latest insane Dark Viper crash out. Dude? What's the Among Us clip again? That is a classic, isn't it?